Hi everyone, hope you well. This is CoinsKid. It's going to dive into Vechain once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. There's a competition going on at the moment. If you can kindly vote for me, that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I'll drop a link in the video description today for you. So right now with Vechain, you can see we're holding support relatively well, aren't we? We've got this little breakdown target just here, just in case you do see another roll in the market. Okay, and you're wondering where the bottom is. Put some cheeky bids in there because, like I said to you, you've already tested the swing high. Okay, and this is how it works. If you've been in the channel for so long now, I've taught you that when you lose swing highs, you fall to swing lows as support, and you can see you've already tested this swing high here. Okay, this is the weekly, and you can see that if you was to lose that swing high again, which you've already retested, if you was to roll, and it is all a big if, okay, this is where you would see this swing low come into play and a potential deeper C wave pullback and obviously a deeper 4-wave pullback. Now I just want to make you aware that this Elliot wave theory, okay, and this is all a theory by the way, the Elliot wave theory right here, and this measurement of the wave 5, once we get the wave 4 out the way and we start to paint them beautiful reversal patterns, I'm going to show you everything. Okay, if this particular wave 4 was to fall any lower than this wave 1, which is currently the high of wave 1 is roughly here, okay, at 0.23. If that wave 4 does pull deeper than that, that invalidates Elliot wave theory, just so you know. So at the moment everything's good, everything's golden. We can afford to come down to this low and still be in an Elliot wave theory and a bull market and a potential fifth wave up to these levels just up here. Okay, now we've got these two levels here because obviously this was the wave 5 Elliot wave theory, and this from this low here is basically the same length of wave 1 up. Do you see that? Now, like I've said to you in so many circumstances, you know, the fifth wave can be as long as the third wave, which would take us up further. It would be absolutely amazing because, like I said to you from here, you've got the wave 2 up. Okay, at the moment that is 3,190%, and at the moment as it stands right there, if we was to march on from here, you can see that that particular wave is lower. But if we did go up the same length as wave 3, which can happen by the way, you know, 3,000 something percent, we did say that, didn't we? I think we already covered this in a previous video, but that's where you will be looking at sort of almost approaching $2 for Vechain. So that would be amazing, obviously, but it is all a big if. As long as we hold structure and key levels of support, we are good for continuation, okay, in this bull market. And the sort of second part of this bull market, wave 1 up, wave 2 pullback, you know, wave 3 up, that big massive wave where we got overextended, come back down to earth, holding support, wave 5 out of here, you know, and a Fibonacci extension as well. Now this particular level here, this is a Fibonacci extension, okay, because what we did, we went from a cycle top to this green line, which is the true cycle top, sorry, to the cycle bottom, and that gave us that extension of 82 cents right there. So what I'm going to do, let's say for example there's not another roll in the market, right, and I'm going to lay down a price prediction moving forward off a new impulsive wave up for you. Now basically, if we found a base here and we hold structure and we don't start to close any lower and fall down, okay, and we come down to this particular level here, which is a target, by the way, it is a target. I'm always going to give you breakdown targets, you know, because it's a swing low. You've already retested the high, do you see that? And if you roll, you're going to go to a swing low. I've taught you that, simple. So if you was to see a roll, that's your target. Put some cheeky bids in, and I would imagine that would be the absolute low in the market, okay. But there is a couple of indicators that saying potentially we have bottomed out already. I will show you those. So obviously if we have bottomed out from here, I'm going to show you a impulsive wave up just off the bat. You would be looking a continuation breaking up out of here for Vechain, and you could be looking at this particular candle here, this being the bottom, and right now you're starting to form new impulsive wave up out of here. This is where you could see Vechain march on in the next sort of phase up there before it runs into a level of consolidation, you know, coming back to support and holding support for continuation in these impulsive and corrective waves up, just like it did here, impulsive wave, corrective wave, impulsive wave, corrective wave, which I've taught you about so many times in the channel, okay. That's your primary target is 71 cents, and obviously that would see you up there in that wave 5. Hopefully you consolidate at that level and form a new impulsive wave, which will take you up to these price predictions up here, which would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it, for all involved in Vechain, you know, and all this fear and all this panic when people are running for the hills, and you know, these are optimal entry points, and I'll show you exactly why right now. It's really, really simple, okay. When there's fear and blood in the street, this is when you enter, okay, and by fear, you know, millionaires are made in bear markets, okay. Down here is absolute fear. Fear, you know, fear right now, looking projectively back in the future, you're going to be down there, oh, I remember when CoinsKid were making videos down there, he was telling me, you know, buy fear. So yeah, as long as we hold key level support, we're good for continuation. That's what I'm trying to say to you, okay, and I can't express that enough in this channel, okay? If in doubt, zoom out. It's all golden, basically. So right now, I'm just going to show you this particular level right here. This is called the stock RSI, okay? So as you can see, I'll drop this down a little bit for you. So that when this is basically in the floor, and you can see you've got a little bit more downside to go, this is where you could potentially see that sort of target down here, okay? Potentially, because you can see on these waveforms, when you're down here in the floor, look, you're absolutely in the floor and no one wants to know about it. Each time you're down here, look, you're in the floor here, you get a reversal. Look, this wave here, reversal. Okay, you rolled over into a deeper bear market, but you got the reversal, you got the pickup, didn't you? And this is what we're anticipating. At some point, you will start to see upside because the selling pressure, the selling runs out of steam, and there's a reversal in the market, and the buyers come back in. Okay, so this wave went up. You know, you peaked up here in the RSI, stock RSI. Sorry, you know, you rolled over. You came down to the base of the pullback 2. Just you consolidate it for a range. Look, you consolidate it for a range, just like you are now. You're in sideways, chop, boring rubbish. You know, and then you got your boom, see you later alligator, your wave 2, look at that, your wave 3, boom, wave 3 up like that, and now you're going for the wave 4 pullback, wave 4 pullback, consolidating, choppy, sideways. You know, where is the bottom? Is this green line the true bottom? You know, if the stock RSI comes down to this level, is this the maximum entry point, the optimal entry point for Vechain? Who knows, but hopefully we can deliver that message to you in the channel. But so far, you can see it's very, very close. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're very, very close. We're very close to a market reversal, aren't we? So yeah, that's basically Vechain covered on the weekly, and you can see if you do remain like below the 20, like I've said to you so many times, if you remain below the 20 EMA and above the 55, you're entering a level of consolidation before you build up momentum, okay, and get all those levels reset for the next wave up out of here. But do anticipate that if you do lose the 55 and you're scratching your head and you're wondering where you're going to, put some cheeky bids in down here, because this is the bottom, basically. Okay, I can't see Vechain falling any lower than that, because like I said to you, if you do start to form new impulsive wave down, you're going to be breaking key levels of structure right there, and this is a relatively deep correction in itself, but this particular target would tie up with a wavelength as well, with A, B and the C wave being the same length. Do you see that? So yeah, it is a probability. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a definite, it's a probability, and that's what everything is in this channel. It's not a definite. People think what I say is like financial advice, even though it should be never taken as financial advice. All I'm doing is relaying what the charts are telling me, okay? So yeah, that's basically Vechain on the weekly. What we're going to do right now is look at it on the hourly and see what's going on, okay? So with Vechain on the hourly time frame, you can see you broke this level of resistance here, which is good. You broke it and you come back to support, but you've actually lost it as support. So you're basically creating something called a fake out just here, okay? Now the volume's nice. The volume profile is actually quite nice for the break. You know, it's backed up with substance. These breaks of resistance, you've got the volume stepping in. But what you do need to see now is you need to adhere to this level of support right here of 55, because if you don't, you start hitting your head. It's going to push you back down, and potentially, you know, if you come back down into the apex of this ascending triangle, this is where you're going to lose the support, and lose support goes short, and you've got your breakdown target. Obviously it's the same as that where you broke out, and you could be looking at a reversal here, coming back down to at least test this level once more. So do anticipate that you know, if you do start to lose support, you're under resistance just here. If you do continue to hit your head, you're going to come back down, and if you lose this support just here, this is where potentially you're going to come back down and test that. And from there, right there, you know, if you do lose support, and not only train, don't look at it and think, oh, it's going to go down, because from there, obviously, that's 29, that's 30% correction. But from here, if you do lose the support now of this, okay, ascending triangle, which you're being pushed back down into it, basically. If you do come back down and you lose support of it, then potentially looking at a 26% short trade down there to at least retest this as a double bottom, okay? But like I said to you, if you was to break that level of support, then you've got a lower support target, which I've given you, okay, which is down here, okay? And this is like, you know, an absolute rock bottom, but that's a monster correction for Vechain from here. To be honest with you, you're looking at a whopping 56% correction. Now obviously it is a bit of a target, as you're fully aware, because you've back tested the swing high just here, okay, on the weekly and on the daily as well. It's a swing high, and if you lose a swing high, you target the swing low. So it is a target if you lose this level of support, but only target if you lose this level of support, because this is the local low at the moment for Vechain. Now you know it kind of tallies up. This particular target here does tally up with the ABC correction, okay, but it doesn't mean it has to happen. It doesn't mean that the C wave has to be the same length. I'm just giving you a breakdown target if you lose support. If you lose support, go short. And again, you know, you don't trade on confirmation. Unless you lose that support, you're looking at a further correction from that point of around about 38%, because it won't do this. Okay, if it's got that destination in mind, it won't just go, see you later, we're going to go down there. It will do it in waveforms. Okay, you know, it will sort of come down like that and hover, bounce back up, and it'll tell you, then it'll break and it'll come down, and it does it in waveforms when it does it. Just like when you lost this particular level of support of this rising wedge, and I gave you the breakdown target, and everyone was scratching the reds, you know, in disbelief. Even I was, to be honest with you. But when you lose these patterns and these supports, you know, the rising wedge, boom, you come back to where you formed it down here, and you can see you ended up down here, didn't you? But it didn't happen overnight. It takes time, and you was under the resistance of this downwards channel that Vechain's found itself in since it peaked. Okay, since it peaked up here and rolled over, you came back and tested, created this resistance channel, this channel for yourself, and right now, you know, you're broken out of it, but you fell back into it. You failed to hold it as support, so it's quite negative, to be honest with you. It's quite negative, and I'm going to show you something else that Vechain's doing that you do need to see broken, okay, for Vechain. Because it's unfortunate, you know, you've broken out of this resistance here, and it's great, you've got a destination, but you've run into another level of resistance where you've got rejected, unfortunately, and started to roll back. And primarily you would have liked to have seen this support hold, because this is a previous level of resistance that you need to see held as support for continuation and a big tick to the reversal of the trend, because at the moment you are in a downtrend for Vechain, okay, on many time frames, not the weekly, you're consolidating on the weekly, but on the daily, take a look at the daily, you are sort of in a downtrend because you're hitting your head on the 20. Do you see this? So just like many other projects, you know, you got the bearish cross, selling go to the beach signal, and ever since then you've been hitting your head. And like I said to you, when you're under the EMAs on any time frame, you're in a downtrend. And you can see yesterday, unfortunately, Vechain did get above the 20, but it got rejected and closed below the 20. Unlike Bitcoin actually closed above the 20. So that's a little bit of confidence there for Bitcoin, but we are anticipating a support level holding for Bitcoin. Now, if the support level holds for Bitcoin, it's good for crypto. It is really good for crypto. It's good for everything. So do watch the Bitcoin video. I'm hoping that particular level of support holds on the Fib retracement right there, because if it does, at the minute, this is just a bit of like a fake out, in the sense that people think the market's going to crash again, and you're going to see that lovely reversal. You're going to see Bitcoin break a key level of resistance, and then everything else is going to follow it, because Bitcoin says, I'm reversing here and I'm not going any lower. Okay, and this is what we're all hoping for. But obviously, like always in the channel, I always give you breakdown targets if you lose support. Okay, it doesn't mean it's 100% going to go there. I must clarify that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, enough jabbering on. You can see on the daily, okay, you're broken out of it and you closed above this level of resistance, which is good. You see, this is a close. You see that, and you've not closed above that in a very, very long time. You opened above it just there, and then obviously you've been in your head. So the close above that level of resistance, okay, is good. It is good. I know you've rolled over, but look what you're doing. You're backtesting the support of this trend line, okay? You're backtesting its support, which is, again, is good. So providing you don't fall back into the pattern, okay, and then roll over, you could see the bounce here. This could be the reversal that we're looking for Vechain, okay? But what we do need to see on the daily is get back above a 20, start to hold that as support, get back above the 55, again hold as support, and you will start to see a big confirmation statement that Vechain is starting to reverse, and we're starting to form that fifth wave of Elliot wave theory right there for Vechain in this market. And we're looking at the second part of the bull market kicking in. Okay, so it's close. It is close, and like I've shown you on those stock RSI and RSI within itself, you know, it is very, very close, the reversal in this market, especially for Vechain and crypto. So, and like I've said to you, you know, look at them wave 2 pullback, and you wave 3 pullback, wave 4 pullback. It's blood in the streets. No one wants to know, and it's kind of like what is going on at the minute. You know, there's a bit of fear in the market, isn't there? Indecisiveness, and they're always optimal entry points to get involved in these particular projects. But yeah, you're looking relatively healthy, to be honest with you. You know, and I will show you that level of resistance that you've run into for Vechain. So what we'll do, we'll look at the 4-hourly time frame, okay? Because obviously, like I said to you, these things, when they have targets, they don't get there overnight. Okay, when you break patterns and you're breaking out of them, they don't just go, look, you had a reversal pattern here, rising wedge, you've broken out of it, and you know, and people think, oh no, it's telling lies, it's not going there now. It has a destination, and eventually it gets there. It just takes time. You know, sometimes you get fortunate and just takes off into space or collapses, you know, and it gets there like in a heartbeat. But you've got to realize in this game you have to have patience. Okay, patience is key. So yeah, we have got the breakup target, and providing we can hold support, okay, hold support, don't go short. And what I'm going to show you now on the 4-hourly time frame, especially you're holding the 20 EMA in a bull cross. Okay, so what you've done, you've broken out, you've fallen back, you've lost this channel of support, but right now you're holding the 20 as support. So if you can continue to hold that, what is it going to do? It's going to creep you up just here, and it's going to make you test this level of resistance once more. If you do break that and you come back up and you break this level of resistance just here, which I'm going to show you, okay, that's a massive confirmation statement that right now you're looking at a beautiful reversal for Vechain and potentially marching onwards and upwards to this target and our other targets and getting above them daily EMAs, okay, which is really important, which I've shown you, okay. So yeah, you basically got rejected off a daily EMA, but you did close above this. You've closed above this level of resistance, something you've not done in a long time. So that's really, really good. That's positive for Vechain. So providing we can hold this support and don't come back into this channel, you know, if you do see yourself rolling more and losing EMAs on the 4 hourly especially, then you've got your short down here, which you're fully aware of, I've spoken about earlier in the video. But if we continue to hold support, you know, don't go short basically. So yeah, that's Vechain. But what I'm going to do right now, obviously, is show you why you've run into that level of resistance. And it's completely normal. It's completely normal, okay, that you have run into that level of resistance because it's part of the journey. And from here, you've got that low just there, and that's your swing low down. So you can see that what you've done here for Vechain is you've ran into the golden ratio basically, and you failed to close above it. Do you see that? So your impulsive wave down, and you're now retracing, you're correcting basically, you're coming back up, hopefully forming a reversal wave right here, because this is where you rolled over. Look, you created this reversal impulsive wave down, and right now you're starting to retrace. And if you can bounce off key levels of support, or in case this in this case in the downtrend, sorry, resistance, this is where you see the further downside and a new impulsive wave down, okay, to the target, which is obviously down there if you lose this support. Do you see that? So with that, what you need to keep an eye on is this particular level here. Now, this is where Vechain's got rejected, okay? You can see it's got rejected at this level, 0.618. Do keep an eye on it, because if you do start to see another pickup, you need to get through it. You need to get through that level. If you do start to see a pickup, it starts to come back up, and hold it as support like that, boom, 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 you're looking at a nice reversal wave coming back up to that level there, which is where you formed this impulsive wave down. Do you see that? Impulsive wave down, yeah? And that would be golden, wouldn't it? So from there, if you do start to see the break, and personally, I wouldn't trade until you see the break of that, the golden ratio. If you do start to see that break, you know, putting a cheeky little long opportunity there around about 31%. So you do need to see Vechain close above 0.09286,919. I hope you understand that, yeah? But you can see you're being forced into something, okay? And like I said to you, Bitcoin's on the verge of breaking key resistance. And if it gets that break, do check the Bitcoin video out. If it gets that break, everything's going to be golden, and we've got the reversal here, and we're not going to come down to these targets. So yeah, it's looking relatively good, but you do need to see that break just there, okay, of that level. You're being forced into something here, okay? So hopefully by the time I've come tomorrow, we've not rolled over, because no one wants it to keep rolling over. We all want it to keep going up, don't we? It's good for everybody. Yeah, take care, everyone. Back tomorrow with another update on Vechain. Hope you enjoyed that update. And once again, thank you for your continued support in the channel. And obviously, if you've not voted for me already, please do vote for me in the competition. I'll drop a link in the video description. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.